I'm outside in an AMG, right outside, TT, two-turn baby girl, you know me. Still with the dolls that I grew beside. All the niggas brown.
Hello my loves, my name is Jasmine and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a full face of makeup under $20. So every single product that I'm going to be putting on my face today is under $20. I think there's one or two products that are $20 on the dot, but $20 was the limit, okay? And I got this beautiful rosy full glam look that I am obsessed with. I think this came out so pretty. Also, if you are new, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. I am currently filming this on January 13th, 2025. This is my first video of 2025 and I'm so excited for all the content that we have planned and just for my channel and our community to grow. As of right now, we don't know if the clock app is getting banned or not. I really hope it doesn't, but if it does, it's okay. We'll be here, we can connect here. I know it's not the same as TikTok, but I really hope you enjoy watching my videos here on YouTube as well. I also post a lot of shorts. I post pretty much the same content that I would post on TikTok onto my shorts, so make sure you watch my shorts as well. Anyways, y'all, back to this video. Like I said, this full face of makeup is using products under $20. So if you're a baddie on a budget and you need to find products that are affordable, I got you. So if you want to see how I created this look with products all under $20, please keep on watching. Okay, so as you can see, my brows are already done. I don't love doing my brows on camera. If you really want to see, I will try for you. But to be honest, friend, I'd be all up in the mirror like this, so you wouldn't be able to see much. But today, to do my brows, I used the Maybelline Build-A-Brow. I absolutely love this product. It's a 2-in-1 product. It has a brow gel on one side and a brow pen on the other. As you can see, mine is all messed up because I use this product so much. I just love it. Also, the Maybelline Super Lock Brow Glue is amazing. This is a really good brow gel, so if you don't need to fill in your brows as much or you just want to use brow gel, this one is amazing. For primer today, we're going to be using a crowd favorite. This is the e.l.f. Power Grip. This is the one with niacinamide in it. As an oily girl, as an acne prone girl, I love anything with niacinamide in it. And this is a gripping primer. So it's going to grip to your makeup and help it last all day. Unfortunately, I have not found a mattifying primer. I did hear that e.l.f. has released a matte power grip, so I need to get to Ulta and see if that's true, because if they do, I will be grabbing that. Let me know if you have any mattifying primer recommendations under $20. For my color corrector today, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Camo Color Corrector. This is the orange shade. I don't use this one as often because my Huda Beauty one is my favorite, but this one is also really good if you're on a budget. For my brushes today, I'm going to be using Morphe's new brushes. They just came out with this brush set and they're completely renewed, reimagined. I believe they called it, I don't know what the collection name is called, girl, but Morphe dropped a whole new set of brushes and I believe they are all under $20. So of course I'll link every brush and it'll be on the screen as well. I'm pretty sure almost every single brush I'm going to use today will be from this collection as well. So I'm using the Morphe M131 to blend out my color corrector. This is a concealer brush that's a little bit fluffier than a normal concealer brush. I like this for color corrector because I feel like it really helps to spread and feather out the product really nicely. Color correcting is important so that we have the most even base possible when we're doing our makeup. For my foundation today, I'm going to be using one of my favorite drugstore foundations. This is the CoverGirl Matte Made Foundation. I'm in the shade D80. This is one of my perfect match foundations. It's so good. I actually discovered this foundation last year. I use about 1.5 to 2 pumps of this because I'm a full glam girl, okay? I love a full coverage moment and I just apply it to my skin with my finger and then I'll blend it out with a brush. To blend this foundation out, I'm using the Morphe M103 brush. I discovered this foundation last year. I believe I discovered it when I did a partnership with CoverGirl. I really loved working with them. They have such amazing products. And I was like, hold on. This foundation is tea, and I feel like nobody really talks about it, and I don't know why, because even though this is a matte foundation, it has a really nice formula that is still very skin-like. The shade range is decent. It could be a little bit better, but this is one of my perfect match foundations, so I love it. So if you're around my skin tone, I think you could also find a match for this. I believe they have 1 or 2 shades darker than this. Again, I feel like they could go a little bit deeper with their foundations, but girl, it's the drugstore. I feel like the drugstore does not always have the best options for us dark skinned girls. So I get excited when I find one that actually matches me. For my cream bronzer today, I'm using the LYS Beauty bronzer stick. This one is $20 on the dot. This is such an amazing bronzer stick. As you can see, mine is a little messy because I really love this bronzer stick, and you don't need much at all. Actually, instead of applying this directly to my face, I'm gonna put it on my brush to be safe. I'm using the Morphe M243 brush to apply this. I'm gonna apply this directly to my brush. You don't need much at all. And then I'm gonna apply to my cheek. This gives me such a nice sculpt, and I love the shades. This is the shade Worthy, which is the darkest shade, but honestly, I believe I could use a shade lighter than this as well. I think I might have to get 1 shade lighter because it is pretty deep on me, but I don't mind it. I think it looks beautiful. With bronzer and contour, always remember to blend upwards to lift the base. Like, you see how bronzed and sculpted that side is compared to this side? And I love this brush because it really gets in your cheekbone, and then it's not too dense, so it makes it easy to blend the bronzer out as well. All my girls will leave out and know what I'm doing. I do not want to get too much makeup in my hair. I don't like when there's like a halo around the hairline, but I also don't want too much makeup in my hair. I love that this brush fits in this little area right here too, so I don't have to worry about my edges too much. For my cream blush today, I'm going to be using the Milani Cheek Kiss blush. This one is in the shade Blushing Berry. It is this beautiful pinky berry shade. I also have it in the shade Merlot Moment. I might mix these two together depending on the look I'm going for. I think I want a little bit more of a pinky cheek. And to apply this, I'm using the Morphe M204 brush. I'm just going to go straight in with the brush and apply to the cheek. How cute is that? If you like kind of a pinky cheek, I think this color would look stunning on you. I know this is called Berry, but this comes off so pink on me. But how cute is that? Like, I just love pink blush. I really do. I really do. And this brush applies cream blush so well. You don't even have to pick up that much of it. Of course, the blush has an amazing formula, but I feel like this brush just is distributing the blush so well. This is actually like my second time using this blush. I usually use the e.l.f. liquid blush, but I was like, let me pull something different out. I'm definitely going to be using this way more often. I love makeup. I buy so much of it. So sometimes I forget about my affordable products because I just love my high-end products so much. I can definitely do a full face of high-end and luxury products as well if you guys would like that, because I love high-end and luxury products too. But baby, don't sleep on these affordable products, okay? Because you see it. You see the base so far. It's turning out so good so far. For my concealer, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Infallible Concealer. I actually had a little bit more of a difficult time finding affordable concealers that I actually like and that I like the shades of. I have my e.l.f. concealers and they're okay. I think they're a tad yellowish for my liking, but I have used these before and they look pretty good. I'm going to be using the shades 420 Cacao and 400 Caramel. I'm going to start with the shade Cacao because I might not need caramel if this one is brightening enough. Yeah, I think I'm just going to use the shade Cocoa. I'm sorry, I said Cacao. I'm going to be using just the shade 420 Cocoa because it does... Is it me or does it look... No, never mind. I was gonna say, does it look brighter on my face? But it looks about the same. We can decide after blending this out if we need any more brightening, but this shade is really nice. I think I do want one shade darker though, and I know that they have that. I just need to go and get it. I am not very shy with concealer. I love concealer. I love a really smooth, bright under eye. So please don't be afraid to go in. I think this concealer really performs like a high-end concealer as well. It's full coverage, it blends really easily, it's smooth, it's seamless. Like, L'Oreal did that. They did. For my setting spray, I'm going to be using the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. I love applying setting mist before blending out my concealer. I think it really helps it to last longer. Okay, this has been drying for several minutes. Hopefully it's not stuck in place. I had to deal with something. I'm using the Morphe M133 brush to blend this out. Okay, it's still moving, thank gosh. Even though I left it for far too long, maybe not too long, but longer than I intended, I'm glad it is still blending out really nice and easily. When I get up here to my forehead, after blending out my concealer, I like to go back in with the brush I used to contour and bronze and just make sure those edges are really nicely blended out. And then go down the nose. And then the moment everybody's been waiting for, this under eye blend, let's get into it. Gorge. Stunning. Beautiful. And then I'm going back in with my blush brush just to blend out those edges again. As you can see, that blended beautifully. Again, taking my blush brush and blending out the edges of the concealer. I am actually going to go in with the shade Caramel to highlight my under eye a little bit more because, as I said, I like a bright under eye. I'm only doing a dot because, as you can see, this is pretty bright. And while we let that sit for a second, I'm going to get my powder ready. Y'all should know this powder by now. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Powder. I'm using the shade 330 for under my eyes. Baby, the pan has been hit. The pan has been hit. I'm definitely going to need to get another one of these soon. I'm going to load it up onto my Morphe M164 powder brush just so that it's ready when we blend out this concealer, because after I blend it, I'm going to go straight in with the powder so that we prevent any creasing from occurring. I'm going in with the Morphe M132 brush to blend out the lighter shade of concealer. And then I do have my other concealer brush nearby if I can find it. Yes, here it is. And I'm just going to use that to blend out the edges to make sure everything is seamless. I love going back and forth between brushes so that we get the most flawless blend. And then I'm going to go in with my powder brush and I'm going to set my under eye into place. I love doing this method. It's funny, I actually do this most of the time when I am not filming when doing my makeup because I think it prevents creasing even better. The reason I don't always do it when I'm filming is because I want to take time to explain things in between, but this is the real tea. Again, I'm going to get some more powder on my brush and leave it to the side so that it's ready when I blend out this other side. I'm already getting the brushes dirty. I hate that for me. And that blended out really nicely on its own, actually. I barely need to blend out the edges or anything. And then now we're going straight in and setting the under eye. I really have to scrape for powder now since I've hit the pan. Beautiful, stunning, gorge. I'm going to use this powder to also set the highlighted areas of my face, which are my beautiful forehead here, above my lip, and then the chin. For the rest of my face, I'm still going to be using my Maybelline powder. This one is in the shade 365, which is the same color as my skin tone. And I'm going to be using the Morphe M163 brush to set the rest of my face. I love how this is like a paddle brush. I think it applies and distributes the powder so nicely onto my skin. I apply this basically everywhere else on my face, so that everywhere is set into place. For my powder bronzer today, I actually had a lot of trouble trying to find an affordable powder bronzer. Again, it's really sad that there's not a lot of options for deep skin. So today I'm going to be using my trusty Juvia's Place bronzer. This is in Deep Dark. As you can see, she is well loved. I like to mix the two shades together, and I'm using the Morphe 241 brush. I really like this brush and how it distributes bronzer, and I'm applying that right over where I applied my cream bronzer as well to set it into place. I love a good bronzed face. I think it adds so much dimension and warmth to the face. I love bronzer. I can't believe they used to say bronzer wasn't for us. Can you believe that, girl? They used to say we couldn't wear bronzer. Look at us now. But we need some more drugstore and affordable bronzers because this is crazy. Friend, I completely forgot to apply loose setting powder, but that's okay, it's not too late. I'm going to be using the Sephora Collection Translucent Setting Powder. I believe this one is either $20 on the dot or $15. This is a really underrated product from Sephora Collection. Also, I'm using the Morphe Powder Puff as well. It does only come in one shade, but I believe that it really is translucent. So if you have a deep skin tone like I do, you can definitely use this powder as well without worrying about looking ashy or anything. I love the formula on this powder too. It is so smooth and buttery, and it just applies like a dream. It's very finely milled, it's not chunky or anything, and it just melts into the skin and it sets it into place so well, and you'll look super smooth. I'm just going to touch up the bronzer that I added while waiting for this to set into place. I also forgot to add some to my jaw, so I'm going to do that in the meantime as well. I also really love to use my loose setting powder to reverse contour because I love how a nice sharp cheekbone looks. But I never leave this for long. I pretty much wipe it away as soon as I apply it to both sides of my face, because we do not want there to be a super harsh line. I'm just going to use the brush that I used to apply my pressed powder for the rest of my face just to wipe this away. As you can see, the line is still there, but it's not super harsh because we didn't leave it for several minutes. I think this is the key to making sure the line there is not too harsh. And I'm just pressing the powder in with the brush I used to set my under eyes. You see how smooth and brightened my under eyes are, and so flawless. As I said, this powder is not going to go ashy on you, and it looks gorgiana. Another powder that I have been sleeping on. I remember when I first got this, I absolutely loved it. I need to get back into her. For powder blush today, I'm going to be using the NYX Buttermelt blush. This is in the shade Butter with Time. I also have this Maybelline Fit Me blush. I didn't think Maybelline made any blush shades for us. Like, I don't know why, I just always looked over these. It might look a little bit light in the pan, but trust me friend, this berry shade, I believe it literally is called Berry. This shade is really stunning. I think I'm going to use these both together because this one is more on the berry side and this one is more on the pink side. First, I'm going to use the Morphe M202 brush. I'm going to start with the NYX blush. These blushes are so pigmented. I actually want to get more shades of this because it is gorgiana and they're so pigmented as well. I start with a really light hand and at the highest point of my cheekbones. It looks like this blush also has some shimmer in it, which I don't even remember it having, but I'm not mad at it. And then with the Morphe M203 brush, I'm going to go into the Maybelline blush, and I'm going to apply that right over top. I love a heavy blush look, so I am going in with quite a bit. Trust me, if you don't want this much blush, you definitely do not have to do this much, but I love blush, okay? I'm sorry. I'm going to go back in with my Morphe setting spray just to melt all these powders together. We are going to be doing some eyeshadow today, which I'm really excited about. One of my favorite eyeshadow palettes of all time. This is the Morphe 18 WT Matte Essentials palette. Like, it literally has every warm shade you would ever need. I know they also have a cool tone version of this. I believe this is $20 on the dot. At the time I'm filming this, I also think this is on sale, so friend, you might want to get it. We're not going to do too much. We're probably only going to use like maybe 1 to 3 shades from this palette. I'm going to take this brown shade on the end here, and using a Morphe M333 eye brush, I'm going to blend this into my crease. I'm going to try not to bring it too high onto my eye. I feel like this is blending out so nicely. I actually haven't tried the eye brushes in this new Morphe collection yet, and it's eating. I love when shadows just do the work for you, when brushes just do the work for you and just blend in nicely. I feel like when people have trouble applying eyeshadow, you really could be using the wrong brushes, because eyeshadow is not that hard to blend unless you're using the wrong brush or if the formula of the eyeshadow is not that good, but that's not always likely. Next, I'm going to use the Morphe M303 eye packer brush, and I'm going to mix these 2 shades of brown together. I don't want it to be too much darker than my crease, but I do want it to be slightly darker, and I'm just going to apply this onto my lid because we're not doing an eye that's super smoky. We kind of just want a brown eye. I'm gonna go back in with the first brush and just blend the edges out to make sure everything looks flawless. I'm gonna use this Morphe M301 brush, and I'm gonna take the first shade we used over here, and I'm just gonna slightly smoke out my lower lash line just on the outer half and just connect it to the eyeshadow on top. I just think this really completes an eye look, and I love how it looks. I love a little drama on the lower lash line. Just a little bit though. I also really love these CoverGirl liquid eyeshadows. These are the CoverGirl X Kelsey Ballerini Exhibitionist liquid eyeshadows. I'm like, what is the name of these? I am looking at both the shades here. This one's a little bit lighter. I think I want to use this one that's a little bit more bronzy. This is in the shade 4. And then using the applicator, I'm just going to apply this to the center of my eyelid. That is so pretty. And then I'm just going to use my finger to blend it out. I kind of just took the shimmer off, so we're going to do another layer. And then I'm going to try to just blend out the edges with my finger instead of the entire thing. I'm going to let it dry down for a sec so it's not super wet, and then just blend out the edges with my finger. I might have to use my pinky so I can get up in there, child. And then I decided, so that it doesn't look too harsh, I'm actually going to use this liquid eyeshadow all the way up to my inner corner. So I'm just going to apply some towards the inner corner of my lid. And then I'm actually going to use the smaller brush we used to blend the lower lash line, just to blend the edges of that out. Not too much. Liquid eyeshadows can be a little challenging to work with because they dry quickly. One thing you do need to know is that you need to blend it out before they dry down completely. Okay, I just did the other eye. It's funny, I feel like this eye turned out so much better. The right eye is always the practice eye for me. And then I just spent some time trying to make the other side match. I hope they both match, but we're gonna put on mascara and a lash anyway. For my mascara today, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Sky High Mascara. This mascara is so bomb, it's one of my favorites. And then for my lash, please excuse the ripped up box. I ripped off the top so that it's easier to store. These are the Eylure London lashes. This is from their Luxe Silk collection and they're in the style Asher. So I'm going to apply these and then come back. See, now I'm turned up. The lashes and the mascara took it there. I just love a lash. You could never make me hate a lash, I swear. I also put a little bit of white eyeshadow in my inner corners as well. I just love a matte white inner corner. It just eats so bad. It gives glam. It's everything. I am going to put on some highlighter as well. This is the Milani highlighter palette. I've had this, I think, for years. My aunt, who is a makeup artist, actually introduced me to this palette. I've literally like run my nails through it. It's all dirty. Like, this is such a good highlighter palette. And since we're wearing pink blush today, I am going to take the rosy pink shade on the end. I also like to mix these together sometimes, and I'm going to highlight my cheeks. Like, look how gorgeous that is. Oh, by the way, I'm using the Morphe M282 brush. Yeah. And I love how you can have a subtle glow, but you can also build it up to be really intense if you want it to. Oh yeah, I need to get into this highlighter more. This is making me discover my old loves. Like, that cheek is everything. I also do want to add some eyeliner to my waterline. I have these Morphe Byliner eye pencils. It has a shimmery side and a matte side. I think I'm going to use the matte side. I also have it in a black shade, but I really wanted to open up the eyes today. I feel like this liquid eyeshadow is really beautiful and bright, and I want my eyes to stay looking bright. These are in the shades Give and Take. I believe that's the shade name. And I'm just going to apply this lightly to my waterline. I haven't worn a lighter colored eyeliner in a long time, and I think it looks really cute. I think my eyes look almost cartoonish, but it kind of eats. I kind of love it. For my lips today, I'm going to start with my lip liner. This is the Maybelline Lifter Liner. This is in the shade Across the Line. It's a really beautiful deep brown shade. When Maybelline came out with these, I was really impressed by this brown. I was like, okay, Maybelline with the dark brown. Again, I feel like it's not common that we have dark brown lip liner options, and if you like to blend your lip liner out, you have to do it kind of quickly with these because they really dry down into place quickly and they don't move. For my lipstick today, I'm going to be using the Milani Color Fetish lipstick. This one is in the shade Pleasure. These are my favorite drugstore lipsticks ever. I think they're stunning. I also like to go back in with the liner. For my gloss today, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Lifter Gloss. This one is in the shade Reef, and I'm just going to use that on the center just to make this lip a tad more pink. I love the Lifter glosses. They're so beautiful. And then CoverGirl sent over their new Yummy Plumper glosses. Y'all know I love the regular CoverGirl Yummy gloss, so I was so excited to get this. I'm like, which shade should we go in with? There's so many beautiful shades. They even have shimmer shades now. I feel like I should go with a pinky one to kind of go with the look I have going on. This like shimmery pink is really pretty. I'm so indecisive. I'm like, which one do I use? I think I'm gonna use one of the shimmery ones. I think this one up here is gorge. This one is in the shade Love at Frost Sight. I think that's adorable. As always, it smells so good. This actually has like a minty scent. instead of the usual fruity scent that the regular Yummy glosses have. So I'm just going to apply a layer of this. These are actually a little more pigmented than the regular Yummy glosses. I'm not mad at it. It is a tad spicy. It's more like kind of that icy hot, like cooling feeling. It's not too spicy or tingly, but I definitely feel a little something. Now to finish off the look, we're going to use the L'Oreal Infallible 3-Second Setting Mist. I believe this is a dupe for my favorite, the One Size Until Dawn setting spray. Ooh. Okay friends, makeup is complete. I love how this look came out. I didn't really have a direction for where this look was going, but I think it looks so full glam and beautiful. I'm in love. I think I look so rosy and radiant and just gorgeous. And trust me, you can get a full glam look that you want with products that are affordable. So if any of you are on a budget, I hope that this video encouraged you to keep practicing with makeup and gave you the courage to go out and find things that are affordable as well. Because especially as a dark-skinned girl, I know it can be very saddening, honestly, to go into the drugstore and see a lot of products that aren't made for you, but trust me friend, you have to dig a little bit, but they're out there. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you like this look. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and turn on the post notification bell so that you don't miss another video from me, because friends, a lot of new videos are going to be coming out. I'm super excited about it. Leave a comment below of what you think of the look, if you have any product recommendations under $20, and if there's any video requests that you would like to see. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!